Niaje wase, karibuni sana Automobile Cafe, and this is episode 2 of Building a Legacy. And let me tell you, a legacy we built. So, thank you sana for watching the first clip, and this is the second one based on the legacy Impreza or the Impreza legacy. You can give it a name if you wish, ama you can share name suggestions hapo kwa comment. So basically, in episode 1 we talked about the history of where we got this car and what actually happened to get us here. So in this episode, let's see, we bought an engine. That's what we left you with last episode. We bought an engine, gearbox, and ECU, harness, na hizo vitu zote. So basically, if you are to do this, I'ma get brand new of this, you'd probably have it would have probably costed you 200 or 250,000 shillings. But we are lucky enough, we got that for only 40,000 shillings. So after this, we actually went cold for like 2, 3, 4 days. Na hizi siku 4 tulikuwa tunafikiria what to do with this purchase. So the first option was using that in another set of project, and the second option was going ahead and maybe using the engine only to upgrade our EJ16 to EJ20 and enjoy better power compared to weight ratio. But let me tell you, my friend, let me tell you, Maina, what started as a small swap ended up to be a whole detailed swap that took us a whole week to do. This is what happened. Teremsha hiyo kioo. Teremsha hiyo. Teremsha kioo hapo. Wanda hii ni kama imeringa. Na shoot content. Mimi niko hapo na shoot content. Hey, isiniue bwana. Wana difference. Unaona hii vile kuna nafasi kubwa hapa. Ile unajua ina nafasi hapa. Hii gari nilikuwa nipea mtu na bei ya kutupa bwana. Vitu mingi nishafanya, hata hii block ukitaka si ukiwa na 60 hapo unapata 60-70 mpya block hii ya EJ15 ama EJ16. Sasa kila mtu ameniondokea bwana. Imagine hao sasa wameniepa bwana. Acha nikushow guys. Tumefanya kila kitu tukafika tukapata juu hii J20 ni ya legacy, there are things azingiani the way ile ya Forester ukua. So I have this comp here. I have 2 manifolds, EJ15, EJ20 legacy. Unfortunately that swap for manifold thing imekataa ingiani. So I need to go get a wiring harness ya manual
for this EJ20 legacy heads. Na wangona ndio wamili hapa. Unaona hao wote. Kila mtu amejipa shughuli. Usifanye swap kama una pesa. Ukifanya swap kama una pesa, umaskini yako utajiongelesha. So yeah, let me go to town tuone maneno itakuwaje. Hapo kundani. Lazima itolewe.
Sasa hiyo ndio maana nilikuwa nakwambia mpaka mtu wa waya abomoe hizo vitu zote. Toto hizi nini?
Guys, we actually noticed that this legacy engine is totally different from the Forester engine ama the SF engine that usually just plugs and plays in this car. Why? The wiring harness was very different in terms of adaptability with what we had initially. So all those fuses within the wiring harness, within the harness and the wiring basically were not matching. So at this moment we started looking for a harness that would match our gearbox, our engine. Remember we had an harness on the other end initially, but we actually noticed this harness was a bit rough and it had lots of cuts, so we decided not to use it, but instead look for wiring harness. And let me tell you Maina, let me tell you my friend, Rekegwere for the Kikuyus, hapa ndio penye shida zilianzia. Why? The wiring harness ambao tulikuwa tunapata was 30,000 shillings. Yeah, I called a friend within a shop hapa CBD, basically Kirinyaga Road, na tukauziwa harness 30k. But Mungu ni nani my friends? The wiring harness ilikuja, and usually in these places zenye unanuanga vitu second hand, they don't take refunds. Refunds hapa it's komsa, it's neither here or there. But wiring harness ilikam for 30,000 Kenya shillings and I had already paid, but fortunately it didn't work with the engine we had. The wiring harness that came was an automatic wiring harness, meaning haingeweza kuingiza, haikuwa na fuse za kuingiza kwa gearbox ya manual. And oh god, let me tell you, it was a curse at that moment, but a blessing in the long run. See what actually happened.
Harness yake ni ndio Kevo, ndio harness yako. Haya, harness yetu ni gani?
Harness yetu ni na hii. Harness yetu na hii, na hizi ni waya zake za manual. Hii na hii. Hizo zote zinaingia kwa gearbox.
Haya, hii harness
harness yako haina.
Si unaona ni hizi tatu. Unaona ni hivi na hivi. So kusema tu kweli ukiangalia bila hata kuwekelea. Unaona?
Harness yake inakaa out.
Harness yenyewe ni out or something like that. So hebu uliza with your guys. After hii drama yote, wiring harness tukasum hapa na pale, sijui nini, nini, the seller doesn't want to take liability, but the advantage was I had given him the harness I was looking for, and he decided to upgrade my harness by making it a bit newer, which was supposed to give me more horsepower, but unfortunately the harness that came was off. So he took liability, akanirefundia do yangu kimaajabu kimungu, and now I decided to look for a new wiring harness. By this time we're talking about, it's around 6 heading to 7, and we're in Westlands, and we want to go get a wiring harness somewhere along Kangundu Road around Jiru. So it was a bit complex. I called the guys at Njiru. Shout out to Bounty Motors. Bounty Motors did the thing, and in a way wametusaidia sana kwa hii project as well. So I called Bounty Motors, and Mwalade told me niaje, you guy kuja uweze kuangalia kama hii kitu yenye unataka iko, na ukiipata well and good, nitakuzia na bei safi. And off we took. Tukatoka West at around 6. By the time we were getting to Bounty Motors in around 7:30. Kwa giza mtu yangu. Kwa hii giza tukatafuta gearbox, tukatafuta wiring harness, tukaipata. We had a deal with the owner. The owner akanipatia hiyo wiring harness at a very good rate, na anilipatia wiring harness na comp na basically air intake at only 11,000 shillings. Yeah, 11,000 shillings. So sometimes these projects are not as complicated as you might think. Sometimes it just takes time. So imagine from the initial payment ya 30k nilikuwa nimebuy hizo vitu with extras at only 11,000 shillings. Yeah, project ilikuwa ina move, but let me tell you ndio tumeanza.